Hi friends, welcome back. This is part 2 of the center hall. We're getting it put back together. We put a rug down. Dave put some apple baskets under the steps. And some things I wanted to talk about in this hall is that it was built in 1824. And some things that are very different about this house is the trim is really Greek Revival. And a lot of times in America, in homes, one period style ran into the next one, and that was this house. And also that the ceiling is so high, and for a cape, a lot of times they were low. So that makes this house very different too. As I mentioned before, I'm a big Jane Austen fan, and one of my favorites is Sense and Sensibility. And when the Dashwoods moved to the cottage, which I love the cottage, one of the scenes is they came in and she put her apron up by the strings, the tie string, which makes sense, but she also did her bonnet that way. And so it just makes sense that it would last longer, it wouldn't wear and tear on the fabric. And you know, a lot of times in those days they wore an apron over an apron because they wore their clothes, maybe the same dress for days, and they wanted to keep it clean. So I thought we would add that here to the center hall because it was like right where they came in the door, and that is not original to the center hall, but I just like it. While we decorate the house, of course, I always have Rebecca in mind. And if you're new here, Rebecca was my great-great-great-grandmother, and this was her home and where she raised all her children. And I'm always thinking, like, what did she have where? Because in the 1800s, pretty much everything had a purpose. So today, I was just putting a few things here. You know, I'll move it all around. But this is fun for us. This is flaxseed from the 1800s, and I have a whole tin full of it also. So I'm going to try to plant this here and see if we get some flax and then spin and weave it. I would think that this is it was a very busy house. And I got this peg rack, and it came out of an early home. It's all original. And it just fit perfect back here. It was like it was meant to be. So I was pretty excited about that. And I would think that you would try to put your best aprons and bonnets out front, and your dirtier ones, maybe the ones that need mended, in the back. I have 2 early ironing boards back here, and the one has the cotton and the ticking cover on it. And this apron's not that great. But over here I have overalls from 1863, and they're dirty and have holes in them, and I just love them, but they're not that good a shape. So I would think you would have those in the back, but I just love to show this to people. Look at all the patches, and they just didn't throw anything out. You know, if you've ever redone an old farmhouse or moved one like we did, there are so many decisions to make, and we put a lot of thought into each decision. Some things we painted, some things we didn't. We didn't want to ruin anything. We wanted everything to be original, but some things were just so, you had to replace what was rotten in the bedroom, in the back, the boards, and the steps here. We could have put new risers on them, but I was just in awe of the wear on them, and I think it told part of the story. So I think most of our decisions based of what we did was the story. What story do these steps tell? Does it matter if I paint the woodwork or not in some of the house? But these steps definitely have a story. Hey friends, we really want to thank you for being here. Thanks for all your comments, your emails. We ask that you share. We would love to see our channel grow. We're really having a lot of fun with it. And we hope in the future to take you around the farm, show you our future plans, more of just the Walker House, our farming life. And we really, really just appreciate you being here.
And like Audrey says, see you real soon.
See you real soon.